Hello, my name is Ken Carson. I'm one of the owners here at Xybix, and I want to do an overview, fairly quick overview, of our imaging desk. So I'll walk you through the ergonomics, equipment, sizes we have, things like that. So let's get started. So behind me is probably our most popular size, and this is a 6 foot by 6 foot corner. So that means it fits well in a corner, kind of like we are here, and it's 6 feet by 6 feet. We have a lot of other sizes. That's 72 by 72. We can go down to a 5.5 by 5.5. We can go down to a 5 by 5. We don't do many of those. Those are pretty small. And then we can grow in the other direction. So we can work our way all the way up to a 7 foot by 7 foot, and that's for our curved station. We also have another option for what we call a straight station, which doesn't have the curve on it. So it just looks like a rectangle. And that we have many widths. And usually our most popular one there is a 6 foot width. We can go up to a 7 foot width. Very occasional we'll do an 8 foot width. So kind of give you an idea of the different sizes we have. The first features of our imaging desk I want to show you is the ergonomics. So most important, we want to get it to fit the doctors working on these so they can be comfortable, efficient, etc. That's very important. So let's start with the most basic function. We have the sit to stand function. You can see it's kind of in the middle zone right now. So I'm going to run it up for my standing height here. Now on the Xybix imaging desks here, very easy. I've got the two controls here. This one is for what we call our keyboard surface. This one is for the monitor surface behind it. And I'm gonna run them up to about what works for me for standing. So I just push my finger. So let's get this going a little bit, and then I'm gonna stop here. So you see these are moving simultaneously together, but we can also move them independently when we want to get it fine-tuned, or at any time actually. So I'm going to stand here, and what we're trying to do is just get a good neutral wrist alignment, and then I don't want to be looking up at the monitors. I want to be looking down at about a 20-degree angle, and we can achieve that here. I'm very close already, so I just adjust this up just a little bit more, and you can see the variance in here. What's nice with all dual surface is then we can also lower this down if you have bifocals, and you've got the adjustment there. The next adjustment we have, and related to your eyes, not just the height of everything, is we can also move everything back and forth for focal depth. Very important that you can get this back, move it back, and then when you need to read something more closely, you can pull it all the way forward and everything moves simultaneously. So we've designed this so you can get very close to your monitors when you need to, and then move them back when you don't need them. It runs on rollerblade wheels, super easy to move back and forth. So now we had it at a standing position for me, and I'm about 5'10", 5'11", but let's run it all the way down. This will work for somebody who is about 4'10". So what we're looking for at Xybix, and what we designed for, is we want to meet the 5th percentile female, so about that 4'10", 4'11" range, up to the 95th percentile male, which is a 6'2" to 6'3" range. So what you can see here, this is set up for somebody in that 5th percentile female range. Very important that you fit everybody you can, because you may not have someone now at that height, but you have the potential to hire some of that height, or at the taller end like we were talking about, that 6'2", 6'3" range. So you can see I have this down too low for me because we had it at the previous position. So we're just going to push the buttons and it's going to run itself up, and I'm going to get it positioned about where it works for me. What I want you to see from here is we have room to stretch out. You're not always going to be sitting upright in that perfect ergonomic position. I have room to stretch out, a little room to move underneath here so you can get close to the monitors like they are here, or you can kick back, stretch your legs out a little bit, and you got plenty of room to move your legs around in here and not touch anything. Our Xybix imaging desk is set up for the modern imaging desks and all the equipment you guys put on it. And so for this example here, I've got 2 diagnostic monitors. We certainly can handle the larger monitors that we see from Barco, Double Black, whoever are out there. Those get up and around the 65-pound range, and we can mount those and adjust them where we need to on our monitor arc here. So I've got 2 monitors plus an additional monitor over here. Each size of station can adjust to the number of monitors you guys have, and that's how that works. In addition to that, I've got cable management back here. You can see I've got some cables running in there. And then along the back here, I've got 2 6-outlet power strips. You've got plenty of room to plug in however many monitors you're going to have, manage the cables up through here, distribute it out, and plug it in the monitors and keep everything clean. We have a great cable pathway all the way from your monitors down through and over to the computer. So you can see here we have the cable pathway we just talked about. Then it comes down here. We have what we call an energy chain, and as the monitors move back and forth, it lets the cables move back and forth with it. The computer is mounted off to the side so we can keep our cable lengths short, and that's very important with your high MP monitors. and we can put one on this side, one on that side. We are starting to see smaller computers, and I'll show you a place where we can put those here in just a second. Here's a very popular, it's a Hewlett-Packard Z2, 8 by 8 inches by about 2.5. So one place we can put it is in the shelf here. Not my favorite place because it takes some of your space. You can put other things in the shelf. And also we have room here. We can park it up here and then run the monitors back and forth over it. And those are two great options to start mounting these smaller computers we're seeing in a lot of these reading rooms. This is our nice ergonomic edge we have with our imaging desks. This is a 3D laminate, so it's all one continuous piece through here instead of the traditional rubber bumper, seam, and then a traditional laminate. What doctors like about this is it's very easy to wipe down and clean in between a shift or whenever you need to have this thing wiped down. It handles the bleach solution, no problem. You can get these things clean and they work great. This is our new personal environmental control system. We call it Axis. And it does a few things you probably haven't seen before. Let's walk through what we've typically had in the past, is we can run some things to keep you warm or cool at the station. So first, if you're hot, we've got a fan that we push the button there and the fan turns on. Here's the fan right here, and you have adjustment louvers, so you can adjust this up and down a little bit where you need it and then get it set up. On the touch screen over here, you can adjust the speed of the fan wherever you need it and just get it set up exactly like it, or quick touch and you can turn it off. Now, for the people that are cold, we have heaters. So when I push this button, it automatically turns the heaters on. Each imaging desk comes with two heaters, one on this left side, one on the right side. So here's the second heater. What we like about these is you can warm your hands, which is just fantastic, or you can rotate them down and you can warm your feet. I see a lot of doctors have one pointing down and one on their hands to keep them warm, and it's great. You can just set up however you want to set it up. Just like the fan, I've got an easy on-off for the heaters. The other option that we've had in the past is our task lights. Once again, these adjust similar to how the fan adjusts. I've got it on-off with a quick one touch, and then I can also adjust the brightness of each light from here. There's two task lights, one's right here and one is over here. We've put these down low. We have no need to have light from above shining onto your monitors. So these are designed to move around wherever you need them. And then once again, we can dim these down to totally off or totally bright where they are right now. And so you can get them set up just how you like them. What's new that we have on here is two things. One, you can do your own custom bias light. And we've got two different lights on this with a third option I'll show you here in a minute. So we have our traditional bias light here. You can see this one is red right now. And I'll show you here real quick. We can dim it where we want it. We can turn it all the way off. We can turn it back on. Same with our footwell light down below. So our footwell light, we can change that, the dimming, and then bring that back up full blast. The next feature we have here is really cool. So we can adjust the color of these anywhere in the spectrum. These are RGBW lights, so you can pretty much get anything you want. And they also have the hex code if you know a specific hex code of a color you want. So if you guys want to have a blue color on these, you just tap in the blue area, you can drag in the blue area wherever you want it, and you can pick out whatever color you think is going to work best for you. So we can drop it off here in the green, and then you're good to go. Adjust it where you need it. So let's change these from red to blue. And let me go do the other one here down in the footwell. We're going to bring that over here, change that to blue. And then we've changed it from a red to a blue background. Once again, you can adjust this. You can customize it to what is best for your eyes. I've heard from people, red's better, blue's better, green's better. Whatever's going to work best for you, you can do that, and you can tune it exactly to how you want it. So we have a third option for what we call bias lighting. This one's going to be kind of shining up, and you can put in what we call acrylic, and that would give you that light. So that'll correspond, and if you want to, you can change the color of this just like we did with the others. Give it a tap there. You can have your green if you want that. We can come out here and give our red. You can have your options that you want for the colors on this, and you can match them up with the bias lighting, or if you want to have a different color above and below, you can do that. This is just an option. All of these lights are optional. You can pick and choose what you like. Part of the Axis system here is we can also control each work surface where we want it to go with just a click and drag, and it'll take the surfaces down to there and stop them at the appropriate place. With the Axis, you can set your own personalized scenes. Here right now I've got two scenes. You basically can set as many scenes as you want. What a scene is getting everything to what you like. So this I have called my end of shift scene. So I have all my lights almost in a magenta color. I've got my fan on half speed. I got my task lights on full. Say I go home, come back the next morning, I'm gonna switch to my cold morning scene. And what that does, it turned my fan off automatically, it turned my heaters on automatically, and it changed all my lights to blue. You can adjust this to anything you want with these scenes and have as many scenes as you'd like. I'm gonna go back to the end of shift scene and show you one more thing. I have this also set up for my best sitting and my best standing positions. So here I just push my little guy here and it's gonna take it down to my sitting position. And then once this gets down, we'll let it rest for a second and then we'll bring it back up. So you can set this how you want it. If you've got boots on, you wanna have a setting even for like your boots, you can be that specific, it's fantastic. We're gonna push this and it's gonna come back up automatically to our best standing position. Collision detection, when it senses obstruction going up or going down, still works with this, no problem. But it's a great way to get yourself quickly set up in your best, most comfortable, favorite position time after time. Access is very simple to use with several different devices. It works with Android and also with Apple. You can download it on your personal phone if you'd like and run everything through there. Hook it up through Bluetooth. This happens to be a spare iPad we have. We also have an Android device you can purchase through us to run it like that. You can also run Access on Windows 10, so we've got lots of different ways to run this. So if you have any questions about Access or complete imaging desk, design, how to get things to fit in your room, hit us up. We're here to help.